Livian, spiritual flush. Enemy's head, bust like balloon. Crush like car tire to frack. Slap like bat to ball. Remove like removal truck. Moving out tenant. They were hesitant, so I unleash. Body found in bed with flies kissing corpse. Dog bark for others to know that its master had passed. They make trouble, and my ancestor flushed them spiritually. They were stuck at 6, wanting to destroy 9. They meet more than their match. War. Guns out like people at free event. My foes were dropping like raindrops. They couldn't cry cree. The only sound that was pleasing to me was woy, nothing more. Destruction came down on them like river. Chaos boxed and kicked them like a woman beater. Trouble. Spiritual lightning strike and erase them like body that got dumped at sea. Spiritual bullets operate on them like professional doctor operating on a patient. Something stuck in their ears and bullet remove it so they could hear the sound of the Taurus. Desert eagle made the eagle sound and pitch them over for all who think iniquity pay to witness the result when they try their luck. K12 bust head like sandstone to ball head. Baseball bat lick out teeth and swell up face. It was spiritual flush. War at its best spiritually. None could overpower me. The Lord equipped me well, and God was within me, cheering me on to crack my enemy's skull and set an example. All that was sent went back to sender and threw on them like cow to green grass. Spiritual broke battle, stuck in the neck of all who raised their hands and tongue up against me, and my death squad dealt with my enemies viciously. Some were far, and the spiritual sniper shoot them down and send a message to the others that they must not play with God. My spiritual army was well trained, no wild shot. Every bullet went into its designated area. My enemies had to call for help. But when their help came and see the army that was standing around me, they waved the white flag and flee. Bullets were running them down like a woman chasing a man that she loved. Obia boy and witch girl that wanted to see me mad. I witnessed them eating from garbage bin, seeking food. Their cruelty over the years run back to them like a woman that had to run back to her only option. Many thought they were going to get away, but I used patience and hold them in the palm of my hands. Escape was out of the picture. Spiritual gun down, no survivor, only cops for the mark to come and pick up. I like when they were stubborn, so I could test out my new spiritual abilities on them. Energy harvester, lose all energy to me when they try to harvest my energy. Trap setter, witness the same intent, swarming them like killer bees to enemies. They pushed their luck and got their head open for the public to look in them. I wasn't taking it easy because they wanted to learn, and being I was a teacher, I taught them a lesson they would never forget. The more they make trouble with me, the harder their life become seal. Livian, cowards. They were pirates, thinking they could rob me like Bob, but I was their worst nightmare. They throw in their hand, thinking they would have won, but they were art and spades, trying to defeat aces and kings and queens. They were rookies, claiming big title, amateur claiming to be champion, dropout student wanting to be teacher, immature boys claiming to be man. My spiritual gang beat the snitch and spy out of the spiritual shovel and send them back to sender, limping like a broke-foot dog. My enemies had to step out of my way with speed when they saw the force that I was stepping with. Spiritual GG9 was making a statement and removing sorcerer like voters voting out a manager. Their mind were corrupt. They were lazy, didn't want to work on themselves, only wanted to pull down others that were aiming to evolve. But my spiritual guns were ready to open the head of every opposer like a man opening door for his baby mother. Cowards, that's what they were. Hide and send blows, thinking they were smart, and God sent back their blows and swelled them up like sperms to a woman. Dunks they were, fool with surfy ticket, blind and seek to lead blind, but they couldn't lead me because the Spirit of God was my guide. So I wasn't operating off their map, I was off their grid, free like a no-code Wi-Fi. Spiritual Dan was written beside my name. My gang was spiritual, so when I gave the death squad the command, To erase the witch, the job was done. She was found in bed, laying down with eyes open, as if she was taking something bigger than usual. Doctor couldn't tell the cause of death. She killed many, so her time came to go. Some were running up and down, like when ants smell weed seed, but nowhere was safe. My army was taking them out from high and low, cleansing the spot of them and their funk. When some saw the act, they cried out for God to help them, not knowing that it was God passing the judgment on them. Some screamed like a baby that got its finger locked in door creases. Some were looking out of maze, couldn't believe that their reign was over. The Lord smashed them like egg that fall from rooftop to concrete. Grave diggers were active again, digging hole to place my enemies in. They wanted me dead, but I witnessed them being carried by 6 men in a box. To me, it seems they were drinking soup from Alice in Wonderland because they weren't thinking straight. Many wanted me to drop out, but I was one of the Lord's favorite, so favor was written all over me. I wasn't paying jealousy any attention. Jealousy had to observe and watch me while I climb, and there was nothing that jealousy could do but to watch me expand. I found the formula and silent all rivals. Spiritual drive-by shooter were beating the Taurus and my enemies like drummer beating drum at carnival in May. Them that were not yet dead had to stay tuned in June. Some were liars, so they got flushed in July. Just like a donkey, they pray in August. I remind them in September because they were acting as if they don't remember that I am the one. Spiritual aquamation took the body of the witch, warlock, sorcerer, flesh removed from bones like 1,000 piranha, feasting and small pig. Warlock that opposed me had to chuck and dive like a goalkeeper when the K-12 fire. Bobby boy had to run when they saw the judgment that was coming their way, when they tried trickery with me. But it was 5 late, they should have listened from 2. Spiritual copper were finding space in all my enemies like passenger trying to find space in a loaded bus. Seal. Livian, bloodshed, demons in human form, pretending to have love, but they were shedding blood behind closed doors and wanted to shed mine. And the Lord let them cry out like a baby that got burned by hot iron. But it was hot spiritual bullets lodging in them like large sum of money to account. It was bloodshed. The ground looked like mini pool. My enemy's blood run out like water out of boiling pot. M1 was knocking on them like landlord knocking down doors to collect due rent. Custom casket and suit were being prepared for my enemies. Them that collect to destroy me wasn't spared. They were being hooked by their mouth like fish and put in sun for the crows to beat out their eyeballs spiritually. They thought they were wicked, so God showed them wickedness. They were scratching like dogs that had fled. Their own crosses were being reversed to them, so they could feel the wrath of God. No hole was deep enough to hide them. No mountain was tall enough to keep them from the wrath of God. They faced karma like a woman that had to face the man that she truly loved, despite of her secret. Some wanted to let it slide, but I said no. Rumors attacked them from left to right. They felt how I felt when they scandal me. The mother that tried to mad me out, to steal my energy, to push up herself and children's, witness her most loved child eating from a rubbish bin. They felt what they wanted to push on me. God wasn't leaving no creases and swept. All who set me up witnessed disaster from Sunday to Sunday. Spiritual chaos was taking them like maggots to dead cow. Bloodshed, spiritual Ruger was the vampire. SLR was the troublemaker. Taurus hit them from a blind spot. A32 was braver than 99 lion. 357 sliced with throat like butcher to swine. K12 went in them like tourist boarding ship that is about to take off. Spiritual AK was playing like a drummer at a dead yard. Shiny K fold the sorcerer like file paper. Pumpy part them like home to ear. Rifle clapping up their boy for the others to see that I am the one. They were thief with pretty face, fooling others, but not me. Judgment rinse and wash them when they stole from me. They were taught a lesson, see people things and leave it alone. They were calling me wicked, but they didn't remember their wicked act that they commit on me and others. I felt nothing when I saw their life turn upside down for going against me. They couldn't use sex to take me down. No graveyard spirit or demonic spirit or any of their entity could defeat me. I was shining on my enemies like midday sun. Accident ritual fail. Get in trouble fail. Give up ritual fail. I was like the road runner. Every trap that the wolves set for me, it catch them instead. With every blow and attack, they only saw me getting larger and larger and more powerful. I took their power without them knowing. With every attack, I absorbed their energy and used it back on them. They had no clues of my abilities and dug a hole for themselves, trying to destroy me. They were like a chain of dog, barking and can't get close to bite. Seal. Livian, Radam, shoot to kill was the command. My army was well equipped. Spiritual T-12 drone, armed with spiritual missile to bomb up the witch and up your boy base that opposed me. Spiritual laser beam sniper was in position to take them out as they step out of their dwelling. Spiritual tanker, armed and deadly, move in enemy zone and launch a vicious attack on all opposer. Spiritual assassin was like a thief in the night, sneak in and cut off the warlock head and place it on a stick. Spiritual hitman, take out the snitch with the spiritual silenter, not even the ant's ear. Spiritual war at the final stage, years out of war, and my foes were being taken out from high position and were being reduced to a body in casket. Them that take side against me were having regrets when they saw the fire that was taking all who throw a blow and all who set trap. Spiritual destruction was active on them. Radam, Radam, Radam. That was the sound of the demon slayer. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill. They love to take and took on chaos and crosses on themselves when they trouble me. They were bullied and spiritual bullets bullied them up. They had physical authority but no spiritual authority. They dropped out of class, so the spiritual secret technique they didn't learn, but I did. So their dirty intent couldn't manifest on me. It took them instead. All foes had to divert when they saw that my every word start to take them in plain sight. I am the creator of my story, and none could write my story for me. I expel them and run them back to the hog pen because they were pig under disguise. I fly off like a helicopter. Gravity had no power over me. I was flying over my enemies and they couldn't reach me because I was out of reach. I was focused, firm, steady, so no spell rare could take me down. It didn't matter how they team up. The Lord was beside me and God within, guiding me around all roadblocks. I wasn't afraid of them, but they were afraid of me. They know that when I strike, I don't miss. They wanted me to go back to poverty, but poverty was an ex that I needed not. I divorced poverty, setback, hold down, and got married to abundance and upliftment. My foes watch me overcome all the traps and nets that they set for me. I prevail over them and their low mind. I surprise them and activate death and destruction on all who were up against me. Death and destruction for all who wanted to tie me down. Death and destruction for all who wanted to pin me. The more they try, the more I flourish. My account went up instead of down. I broke free from their traps and net. Radam, SLR bullets, kick out teeth. Uzi make them scatter like when scammer see Mocha Jeep coming. GG9 tear off hand from body like monkey swinging on dry limb. AK box them down in middle day. Assault rifle was full in their stomach because they were hungry. Grimy, grimy, grimy. Spiritual badness. They thought I was just talking. So the K12 explained to them in 33 different language, 3 different modes. Rapid, single, and vulgar. M16 was kicking them like a man with a black belt. The witch got stuck in her head and the knife broke off, so the blade remained. Truck licked down the warlock and turned head behind. Foot broke 9 different places. Ribs broke and punched her heart. Lungs and kidney. Ears was bleeding blood like a woman on period. Eyeball on the ground like a stone. They started it, so I gave them what they ordered. Spiritual darkness. They came in numbers, well prepared, but I was more powerful than them. I was taking power from source, so my power was infinite. My shield was up to date, stronger than before. I was well trained by the Lord, so when they came with flesh, I sidestepped them and laughed. They couldn't break me, I broke them instead. They wanted my sexual energy, and I starved them of it, and they had to bow at my feet, knowing that I am the one. Seal. Livian. Battlefield. Medical kit couldn't dress their wound. Hospital couldn't revive them. Only the mark and burial ground was of assistance. Bad mind had to swallow every word that they spoke. I made it and left them stunned. It hurt the witch that she couldn't take me down with her smell bad self. None that they sent after me prevail. I shut them down with my mental powers and turned them into a listener. My foes didn't know what they were up against, but they witnessed it on the battlefield. Spiritual assault rifle was taking my foes apart like sharp teeth to flesh. I brought them to maths class. Spiritual 9 was hammering in bullet in the Obia boy head. M16 was bursting in the witch. Mach 11 was slapping the warlock. K12 made my foes run 9.54. They asked for war, and I delivered it to them. Their blows were useless and weak. The more they attacked me, the stronger I got. I left them wondering about me. They were fire, but I had no heat. Pepper, but burn not. They were just some wash-up old fools, practicing iniquity and taking people money and can't deliver. None was on my level. They were weak. Their attempt to kill me wipe out 9 witch, 9 Obia boy, 9 warlock, 9 sorcerer. I proved to them that it wasn't just talk. It's a battlefield, and my enemy's body were piling up at the mark, burial after burial, 9 night after 9 night. I was unstoppable. My ancestors crushed them in middle day for the public to look on them, laying down on the hot concrete in a pool of blood. The witch that run had to live with the fact that her son died because of her stubbornness. She buried her most loved child, and she was told if she continued, her daughter was next. War, war, war. Spiritual war. My enemy's body were all over the battlefield, and their blood was running like a spring. They wanted to push me out and cancel me, and they found themselves in hot water and couldn't come out. Their own spells and curse were manifesting on them. Spiritual hitman gas them. Spiritual dragon spit fire on them and blaze them out. They wanted to meet the beast, and they did. Their life was turned upside down. Their business place catch a fire. Car burned out to ashes. Some got fired from workplace. Divorce paper were filed. Sickness hit them and they couldn't get better. Chaos, body full of sore and can't get better. Disaster, burial of child after the other. Source of income got cut off. Like, got cut off, like, got cut off, like, got cut off, like, got cut off, like. They see me and know me not, so I introduce to them the evil. Calico bore them and punch a heart. Ears got bite off by spiritual bullets. Hands couldn't shield them. Bone broke like dry, bone broke like dry, bone broke like dry stick. Spiritual pressure burst blood vein, and they bleed from within and collapse. They wanted to see what was under my shirt, and I showed them, and I showed them, and I showed them. Spiritual destruction. My pen was my gun, and my words were gun, and my words were gun, and my words were my bullets. Spiritual brutality. I wasn't backing down. Spiritual guns in hand, ready to fire. Head shot and mouth shot was the bullseye. Spiritual mill, well sharp, ready to remove the head of any that think they can take me off my rock. Dead before dishonor. Many died trying, and many more will. I send a message to the Markman to get more casket ready, because my enemies sign up to come join their fallen comrade. I show them coldness, colder than North Pole water. Obia boy blood was watering the ground. They thought I was done. I didn't even enter sage mode. I was using normal mode and teaching them that they are like undisciplined boys with gun, thinking they can shoot and kill anyone that they wish, but they couldn't kill me. Shield in left hand, sword in right, a combat combination, yin-yang settings, 5499, unstoppable seal. Livian, traitors. They wanted to cut my neck from behind, but they couldn't, because I knew they were traitors. So when they expected me to show up, I didn't. I outsmarted them and left them puzzled. Traitors they were, loved to stab in the back, but they all failed when it came to me. All mad out ritual, reverse on them, and left them running up and down like mad ants. They played with fire and got blazed out to ashes. They weren't family, they were traitors pretending to be loved one. Dog in human form. I was aware, so they couldn't do me like others. I stand and watch their every spells and curses, take them all day and night. All blind ritual backfired and all sender and blind them instead. Trap setter got spiritual bullets until they vomit blood. All instigator got stabbed and chopped to death spiritually. K12 was talking to my enemies in Arabic. AK was tonguing like a yardie abroad. Mach 9 was stammer but stutter not when firing. All who run in were being picked up off the floor. War was my first name, and I wasn't here to play nice with wicked. Head removed from my enemy's body like cork from open drink. They said war, and I answered with my army, ready to flush traitors like filth in toilet bowl. Some built house and couldn't live in it. New one bedroom was available under the soil. They were having trouble living with human, so they got a membership card to go live with ants. While they were doing sex ritual on me, I was busy counting the paper. While they were spending to hold me down, I was climbing even faster. The creator made the fools look like more fools. Idlers they were, lazy and smell bad. Bad bread traitors, playing the roles of pirate. But they last more than an eye. The witch was old and cranny, looking like a crash Leland truck. I wasn't afraid of them, because they know they were just some love to team up coward, acting as if they were mighty. Their water old spirit couldn't save them. Their God ring pop, and their spirit run and abandon them. When they saw me coming, I am creator in flesh, reincarnation of my bloodline in one vessel. They were a baby trying to fight its mother. I didn't have to move to them. My spiritual squad already know what to do. Their strategy to take me down failed. All evil altar that they set up for me only made me stronger and more powerful. No voodoo, no occult, no iniquity, no sorcery could break me. I was unshakable and unbreakable. I propelled forward with speed. I was like hot lava. All that tried to hold me down got burned, and they were forced to release. Bad mind was active, and so was my spiritual K, ready to pump on them. The more they tried to blind me, the better I see. Their own blind spirit went back to them and left them in complete darkness so they can experience what they wanted to manifest on me. The more they came at me to hurt me, the more they hurt themselves. Spiritual fire consumed all foe when they gazed on me. Them that wanted to block me lost their work before they could carry out their act. They faced destruction when they target me. My ancestors were working in my favor. All that were hindrance got removed instantly, and they had to watch me go forward as usual. Spiritual bear bite and crack skull. Spiritual shark bite off hand and foot. Spiritual tiger devour them. They were afraid to sleep because spiritual things were attacking them. Spiritual python snake lay wait them and strike. Spiritual cobra spit in their eyes and blind them. Spiritual lion roar and shake them to the core. I wasn't finished with them. It was an assault that went down as one of the most vicious. Spiritual attack. GG9 walk on their block and got warm until the nozzle look like a lighter that got light. Spiritual bullet fire on them until the sunny day become dark. Obia boy blood splashed the ground until the ground was damp. Warlock look like zinc that got pulled from rooftop, full of hole. Sorcerer were being found like log that have been chopped by axe. Spiritual murder, hammer stuck in the head of them that tried to hold and stop me. They got attacked with no breaks. Spiritual knife cut throat and left enemies bleeding out. I wasn't playing with none that tried their luck. Burial was arranged for all traitors. Seal. Livian, cut and clear. I was like a sharp bill to green grass. The creator cut and clear my way. Door blockers got stabbed in neck spiritually and left them bleeding out like water out of a full tank that got stabbed. They didn't want to move, so the spiritual roller pressed them out like truck tire to banana. They couldn't hold me. I was slippery than a snail in wet hand. None could stop my progress. All red light become green and left haters and iniquity worker to look at me going up instead of down. Purpose blocker got shot spiritually and were being found with knife broke off in head. Wicked they were, and I wasn't playing with none. Vicious treatment was written beside their name. None got to see the split again. They got fit into a hole. They born out of one and got buried in one. They were doing delay ritual, but all delay were of the past. The more they tried to stop me from going forward, I kept going forward, faster. They were being rooted up, gas and light. All plans backfired on them and left them looking like a woman that lost a leg in an accident. They made trouble and got stepped on like big boot to ants. They never expected my return, but I returned and shot them. Many tried to block my path, but I run through them like a stampede and crush many skulls. It was too late to stop me. I know what they were trying to do. So all delay and setup got cancelled by my ancestors. My foes took up what they couldn't manage and had sleepless night while they were wishing for me to quit. The Creator was opening door for me behind the scene. At the last moment, the Creator sniped and time up so they couldn't counter. As they closed one door, 5 opened for me. As they blocked one part, 5 new parts appear. The more they try to keep me from my purpose, I and purpose connect like phone to Wi-Fi. I was doing purpose and none could cancel me from doing it. None. They send one blow, 5 return. I watched them turn on each other like hungry wolves fighting for food. I saw their own trap that they set for me fall on them. The same pit that they dug for me, they fall in it. They didn't want to move, so they got cut in many pieces. Clearance was written beside my name, and none could block me from doing my purpose. None, no matter how hard they try. Jealousy had to watch me through window, going about my business, and nothing that jealousy set for me to walk over, to stop and slow me down, work. It only propelled me to go faster and push me up higher. Jealousy had to look up on me like humans looking up on the sun. I wasn't a part of their organization, so they couldn't label me. They had to watch me walk the path that the Creator created for me and be silent. No stone were left unturned. My foes were being hit from all sides. No reinforcement could assist them. All loophole got blocked and all escape road got cut off. Spiritual assault rifle was knocking sweet like sound in alarm. My foes had 2 choices: move or stand up and die. Seal. Livian. Progress. Progress was walking with me, hand in hand down the aisle, and poverty was not invited. Hold down was Sue and got sentenced to life in prison. Growth and abundance was in the front row seat, cheering me on. Wealth and health was there giving me advice. Iniquity was turned back to sender and was blocked from ever returning to my resident. Bad mind got repelled. Well-wishers got seat to watch the ring of progress going on my finger. I got married to progress and got progress pregnant 2 times and got progressor and progressive. My watch was telling me that my time of progress was active, so I didn't watch what non-progressive mind and mouth had to say. I stayed tuned with my progress frequency and manifest greatness. None that came to distract me from my aim got no victory. I moved from around all non-progressive mind and isolate myself from them that seek not to grow, but only wanted to pull me down. I gave them no grip on me, none. Low wanted me back, but I didn't go because I was hanging out with I. Walking wanted me back, but I was too busy driving. I graduated my old ways and I went not back to them. I appreciate the lessons and experience. I will forever show gratitude, but progress require me to drive more and remain I. And being I'm loyal, I didn't cheat to destroy my bond with progress, because I know that if I broke progress heart, abundance and all that came with progress would be no more. So I stay faithful and reap the fruit of my labor. Landlord couldn't give me any notice because progress assists me with a house in my name. Being I was married to progress, me and money spent a lot of time together, playing games to get more money. Stability was there as well, making sure that everything was stable. A meeting was kept with me, progress, money and abundance, upliftment, favor and many others to decide how better they could assist me in my future endeavors. And I told them to do one thing for me, no matter how high I go, always remind me to put the Lord and God first, and they agree, and to always remind me me to remain humble and calm, remind me of where I'm coming from, so I take not advantage of them that are less fortunate, and they agree. I outgrow my surrounding. I passed the test, so the teachers had no choice but to release me from their class. I move to the next level with more knowledge, more fitter, more patient, and more humble. I step with the Creator in my vessel, so none could write my story for me. I was the writer of my story. I gave no one the authority to write for me, so they had to watch my story manifest the way I wanted it, and not how they wanted it for me. Thief wanted to steal away my progress and lost a hand in the process. Jealousy saw what happened to thief and take off, leaving thief crying out like a fowl that got catched by a tiger. I focus not on bad mind, so-called family members that were doing their best to destroy me. They had to watch me become mega and massive, and every attempt to bring me down made me more progressive and beautiful. Everything that I put my hand to flourish and prosper. Every business that I had take off like a kite. I rail up in joy, for my soul was happy and at peace. All my foes had to watch me win, win, win. I conquer every task with the help of my ancestors. Good luck was following me like a baby goat behind its mother. I overcome all shutdown. I jump over all roadblock. All delay got shut down. Doors of opportunity were open and none could shut them. I worked silently and left my enemies confused. I strike them with the elements of surprise. My seed grow in the earth. Water pour out at my tree root. The air blew away all sickness and bad luck. Fire burn all tree cutter to death. Lightning strike all of your boy, witch girl, warlock and sorcerer that were aiming to destroy me and progress. They wanted to stop me, but the brakes were being removed. All who stand in my way got clapped like a golfer swinging at a golf ball. I was vibrating behind their small capacity. While they were busy seeking ways to destroy me, I was busy opening new businesses and was doing well in everything that I put my hands to. I walk with the golden touch, even when the spot was dead. I brought life to the environment. I was meditating and becoming the best version of me, while they were reflecting on the old version of me. I hug progress and fly off like a dove out of a cage that was locked for years. Seal. Livian, rise again. The tricks that they use and take down who came before me couldn't take me down because I was aware. All attempt failed. I had no sexual weakness, so they couldn't break me. I resist them and waited on the Lord, and it was worth the wait. I got my heart desire. What I got was permanent and well built, so I didn't worry about what they had to say. I stand behind my choice because I know who had my back on the battlefield, and it wasn't them that were running off their toilet mouth. They couldn't get me to destroy me, so it pained them. Rise again was written beside my name. I learned from my fall and grew from my mistake. I evolved and left small mind behind. I am thankful for all experience. It built me up. I was solider than a rock. None could stop me from going forward. None. My foes try all tricks, but spiritual forces were out aiming to send them to the mark. 9 headshot for them that were stubborn. 9 more shot for them that were casting spells over my life. 9 hard shot for all blockers. 9 throat shot for them that don't like to see me and leave me alone. Spiritual bullets take my foes where they expected it not. They didn't want me to rise, so they got buried. Soft treatment they were looking for, but only destruction and chaos was found. Spiritual lion was active, taking them out bravely. Spiritual python snake was swallowing, no time to beg. The spiritual tiger was hungry for blood, so my enemies was its meal. Mental and spiritual war at the highest level. They wanted me to talk about Luke and John, but I didn't came for that. I came with balance. Rise again. They got 69 bullets, round off to the nearest 100, which got 31 bullets to swallow. Bullets were pushing out bullets to show that their vessels were full of irons. Obia boy tried to run, bullet kick away foot, and the fat fools fall on their face in their own blood. They were murderers, so they got murdered spiritually. They were dishing out what they didn't like to eat. The Lord moved me from around them, so I was out of their sight. It pained the witch that she couldn't get me in her moldy bed. She was obsessed with what was not hers, and she tried every trick, but they all fail. I ignore them as if they were not in existence. Lazy and don't like to bathe. Smell bad was the name of their cologne. I pronounce death over the life of them that seek to block me from purpose. Death over them that wish to block me. Death over all who cast spell to destroy me. Death on all foes. Death, death, death. I rise and shine. None could shut me down. All familiar spirits got defeated. They stopped many from rising, but none could stop me. I rise up despite the fight. The Lord pushed me up in the eyes of all my enemies. They put up a fight to take me down, and their reward was a suit and a casket. It didn't matter how they team up. None could touch a strand of my hair. I was well protected. I went about my business and hear them crying out for help. The same trap that they set catch them instead of me. They tried to trigger me to argue with them, but their tactics couldn't work on me. I ignored them and walked not their way. The more they follow me up, the more destruction and disappointment took them. Their own disaster kept backfiring on them for the public to see that they were only powerful against them that know not. Seal. Livian. Firebomb. Ashes to ashes. Enemy's body burn out and not even dust remain. Their calculation was wrong, and for that they lost a comrade like a man lost in his wallet in a nightclub. Spiritual seizure was over their life, and they couldn't blame me. They were the one trying to get rid of me, and because of their attempt, they dug a deeper and a deeper hole and got swallowed up like a man getting swallowed up by a water hole. Fear consumed my foes because fear consumed my foes, getting swallowed up by a water hole. Fear consumed my foes. Fear consumed my foes. Fear consumed my foes because my attack were connecting like Bluetooth headset to phone. War they said, but I came at them like 900 elephant running over wolf. Crushed they were and couldn't be fixed. Spiritual sniper rifle was well oiled, so no sticking occur. Head shot, neck shot, mouth shot, so no witch gal, no obia boy, no sorcerer, no warlock that oppose me could survive when I fire. None. My foes HQ got firebomb spiritually, and not even the steel was left visible. Every material that built the structure become ashes. Spiritual firebomb was dashed on them that were attacking me secretly at 12 and 3 a.m. No mercy was shown. Instant execution. They wanted my downfall and had to watch me flourish like a well taken care of garden. They tricked me in the past, but they couldn't trick me again. I was well prepared. Firebomb for the witch that seek my life to crumble. Firebomb for the warlock that wish my death. Firebomb for the other boy that want me blind. Firebomb for the sorcerer that tried to perform illusion ritual over my life. Firebomb, 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 firebomb. Spiritual SLR bore foes like needle to balloon. K12 lick out jaw out of socket. GG9 cut them apart like saw to cow leg. Calico run in them like sewing needle to clothes. Uzi was taking head off body. Machine gun turned them in a strainer. I wasn't satisfied until every foe that rise up against me dead. So the kill anything that move squad was active. Enemies got spiritual shallow grave, and some were being dashed in lake to feed crocodile. Family paste their posters on wall, missing never to be found. They started spiritual war and were crying woe, woe, woe. Spiritual murder, body parts on the ground like leaf on ground. Much they did me, and vengeance spot boil over. Mach 9 steady when firing, none trembling. Obia boy head bust like car tire over orange, which couldn't find her broom. Bullet got them confused. Spiritual cruelty. Some were trying to reason with me, and I told them that I came to speak on their grave, not to reason. Ancestors from north, south, east and west gather to assist. Earth element assist. Water element assist, air element assist, fire element assist, lightning element assist. I was walking with the power and gift of all who came before me, so none could defeat me, none. I was no troublemaker, but I tolerate no foolishness. I mastered my emotion, and none could provoke my peace. I remained silent and watched them got devoured by my spiritual squad. My aim manifested, me and purpose aim in union, 54 united as one. None could separate me from purpose, no matter how hard they try. Spiritual drive-by shooting took them in their hometown. Obia boy spread out on the floor like carpet. I wasn't playing with none that seek my end. The witch had to reverse when she see how my ancestors were devouring her followers and company in crime, and she know that she was next. Spiritual rebellion. I overthrow them and kick them from their position, and I place them into a casket and use patience and draw them out and hold them by the head because they were snake. And for them that try sex magic on me, nothing that they put their hands to flourish. Water returned to the land, but drought was in their life. They pretended as if they wanted help, but their true aim was to get me in bed. So I block and delete them without a second thought. I read their mind and release them from around me instantly. Seal. Livian, familiar spirits, different vessels but same spirits. I left them in my old hometown and realized that they exist also in my new hometown. Familiar spirits roaming from vessel to vessel to do everything to stop me, but I recognized them and kept my distance, so every trap and plans that they cook up for me all tumble down on them. I watched them pretending as if they were friends, but behind closed door they were witch destroying lives spiritually, but they couldn't destroy me, no matter how hard they tried. Every attempt to stop me collapse on them and kill them. They couldn't cage me in like how they did others. My fire was blazing so hot, so they couldn't come close to do what they wanted, and I wasn't friendly with none. I witnessed all their spells and curses reverse on them and destroy them. Spiritual bullets were having them like kids to candy. It was a spiritual war, so I didn't confront them physically. I confronted them spiritually and erased them. They were watching my every move, but I was 9 steps ahead of them because I was aware of them, so they couldn't deceive me. My light shined on them, and they had to flee because my beam was the fire element. It shined and burned my foes when they gazed on me. Jealousy was killing them. They wanted to be me, but couldn't. My gifts were what they were carrying feelings for, and God trying to take them from me. I wasn't afraid to put spiritual bullets in them in every area of their existence. Spiritual bomb drop at their feet and bomb them when they gather up to destroy me. E4E bullets were sharper than a razor blade and more poisonous than a venomous snake. Tough enough to tear away shield and scatter witch and Obia boy brains on the floor. Spirits they were in vessel, so every vessel that they took as their oozing repelled them under the sound of my voice, and they had to flee because my voice was like a whip on fire, splashing and tearing skin. Spiritual bullets kick in like a generator when current gone. They came in gang trying to swallow me, and my ancestors pulled me out from them so they couldn't get me to feast upon. They came in my vision wanting to have sex with me, but I turned them down and dismissed them immediately so they couldn't cast their spells or curses upon me. I isolate myself from them. They were like crocodile wanting to eat up my flesh, but their mouth couldn't open to feast on me. The Lord locked their jaws. They wanted to block me, but the spirit of clearance cleared my path and set me free. All sex ritual that was done on me had no effect. My foes got cut down like a banana tree that shoot. The war got intense and my foes were falling like mango off tree when wind blew and rain fall. None could interrupt my allowance, none, no matter how hard they try. They got thrown in the alligator belly instead of me, and no one was available to pull them out. They thought they could get winnings off me, but I had to remind them that I am the one to send them to their grave, and I did. They were hiding and got smoke out of hiding, and as they came out, attack took them from all angles. None was spared. Some cry for thirst, and they were being given salt mixed with gas to drink. Wicked they were, so wicked acts boxed them down flat. Seal. Livian, my business. While my enemies were busy starting fire for me, I was busy starting and opening new businesses. My ideas manifested and put shame to all faces that wanted me to falter. I got a grip on myself and venture away from them and glide like an eagle at high altitude, while they stay low and had to look up on me, flapping my wings and going higher and higher. I outpassed them because the energy that they took trying to hold me down, I took it and manifested new businesses. My businesses flourished and got larger and larger. All who tried to cut them down felt bullets from the spiritual AK and got stuck in head by the spiritual ice prick. None that tried to send spirits to block my businesses live an extra day. Death took them while they sleep. Harsh treatment took all who thought they could oppose me with iniquity and sorcery. My businesses were on top, and none that tried to block them spiritually witnessed prosperity. They faced chaos and disaster rapidly. My businesses were being well protected from all forces, and them that work with me saw changes in their life, and no harm could come to them by none that seek to hurt them, because they were my associates. All attempt to cut me and my associates down backfired on all who tried. My businesses were covered and well protected spiritually. Them that wanted to sacrifice me witnessed all kind of disaster taking them left, right, and center. They had to stand and watch my businesses take off, and there was nothing that they could do to stop or destroy me and the plans of the Creator. When they tried their ritual, it backfired on them and killed them. Some were being found with teeth skin like goat head at fireside. Nothing that they tried to stop for me manifest. It all got cancelled and reversed on them. They wake up sleeping tiger and got their head bite off. Crosses and destruction pour out on them like water to tree root. They thought I was a walkover and realized that I was their karma. They came in for the kill and walked right in the trap and died instead. They didn't want to mind their business and got put into a casket and a hole. I realized that they were fools with a little cash. They were playing with venom, but I said nothing. I watched them kill off each other because of greed. Spiritual bullets let man with ear look like bald head. Chrome burn of them like acid to face. War they wanted, so I introduced myself to them with my army. All that they sent to block my businesses went back to them and slapped them over flat. Spiritual drive-by shooter pull up on them and pluck them out like unused fish. I mind my business and focus on my businesses, but them that didn't want to move got cut down like a carpenter cutting down tree to build furniture. I watched them watching my businesses expanding and growing, and there was nothing that they could do to stop it, no matter what they tried. Chiny K burned them up like fried plantain and sent a message to the others that were running off their pit that they must not hide and make talk. Spiritual badness was what I was showing them, that none could walk on me like how they did others. I was more serious and deadly. I had powers that they know not of, and I was willing to demonstrate to them how all who came up against me got a casket as present. I was proving that I am the one, but they thought I was a play, and they saw for themselves that none that rise up their hands against me live in peace. They had to run and leave their block and couldn't return. Seal. Livian, opportunity. Opportunity stick to me like tape to wall. And I was spiritually bad, so them that wanted to take away opportunity from me were being placed in a body bag. My foes were afraid of me, like wild hog running from tiger. I stand up and fight for my belongings, and some die in the process. All who try spiritual trickery saw instant destruction, taking them like bees to hive. I hold the snake of the enemy, hold the snake of the enemy, hold the snake of the enemies by the head, and squeeze it, and it explode like tomato. I was wild and rough. My presence brought fear to all who like me not, and brought comfort to all wishers. I heard them in the past saying that I wouldn't make it because they were blocking the door of opportunity, and upon arrival I passed the blocker as if they were not there. I was vibrating too high, so they couldn't block me with low frequency. Haters had to watch me go into the door of opportunity, and there was nothing that they could do to derail me from my aim and intent. Nothing. Their body were being found when they tried, which was found bleeding from eyes. Their wickedness backfired on them and killed them on the spot. I hold the key for door of opportunity, and them that tried to take it away from me experienced disaster beyond human understanding. Waves of spiritual destruction came upon my enemies like tsunami. Spiritual tornado lift them and destroy them. Spiritual storm appear on them sudden, and no weather alert was able to pick up the level 9 hurricane that entered their zone. Disaster feast on them to show them that they must not play with God. Wreckage was upon them for the public to see and witness that they were at war with God. I told them to leave me alone, but they ignored. Now I watch them running and screaming like a dog that got hit out of a sandstone by a rude boy. Opportunity blockers they were, so they got X amount of spiritual bullets in mouth and head. Their purpose was no longer needed, so God sent them for the mark to prepare them for the earth. They rob I in the past fast, and now they got casket free to lay in. They die live in 6-bedroom house to go live in 1-bedroom house. One entrance, no exit, no disturbance. Ants and worm were their new neighbors. Spiritual bullets, freestyle in them like a bad artist. It irritated them when they look and see that they couldn't stop me with iniquity. All that they send backfired on them. Them that see me and trouble me crash into a concrete pole and was found with broke hands, broke foot, fractured skull, ribs broke up like destroyer, chest plate broke. It was a miracle that they were not dead, but they know and I know that it was because they troubled me and I troubled them not. They were fighting physically, but I was fighting spiritually, so I won the battle before it began. Old-fashioned trickery could work on me, or the new fashion. I saw them from afar, like an eagle spotting a snake from the sky. My enemies become prisoner to their own cages and cells. Again and again, I proved that none could destroy me, but they listened not, so I kept proving to them that I am the one. It was too late to stop me. I was united with the God in me, so they were powerless when it came to taking me down. Some slide like Chuck trying to go over muddy road when rain fall. No improvement was written beside their name, only failure. 1793 came, but I was only into the purpose 5. For 5 was ordained to stand beside me. So when the others came, I divert. See you. Livian, no mercy. Desert eagle, birds which eye, like needle to balloon. Sorcerer were unrecognizable. K12 dislocate teeth. Spiritual hammer crack skull. Obia boy marrow crawl on the ground like a snake. Warlock body found at a garbage site with flies and worms and ants having a feast. Spiritual bill separate my foes in half like love couple getting a divorce. No mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Rifle clout the spiritual spy and remove the instigator. War mode was turned on. Calico was doing its best, proving that it don't miss. My enemies were looking place to run to and drive off in the sea and drown. There were many, so spiritual machine gun turn on like a radio and speak the fire language, and all who stand in my way burn out to nothing. Spiritual war, and I was showing no mercy. It was war to the death, and funeral kept. 9 night look like a gospel concert. Rifle shot juggle them like a footballer to ball. Spiritual bill chop out eye, ball out of head. Them that wanted to take away what I labor for got snatched away by death while they sleep. Instant destruction took them. They lost all that they had to me for attempting such wicked act. No mercy. China K was revving, shot in them like a man revving a V8 engine. Police came on the scene and had to cover eyes. Spiritual fatality. Location looked like a slaughterhouse. They wanted war and wasn't ready for the consequence of their action. Their leader got found with spiritual ice prick in head. The death squad wasn't playing with vampires pretending to be human. I murdered them spiritually and write about it. I was showing my dominance that I am the one and none can take my crown. None. They had to watch me do purpose, remain silent or be found suffering from spiritual bullets. They needed advertisement, so the news reporter advertised them to the public. Spiritual gang war, body found on fire, blood leaking out of the witch like when rain fall and roof leak. Warlock found with barbed wire around neck, hanging upside down like a fowl. Obia boy was headless. Sorcerer found, cut up like chicken parts. No mercy was the command. The description was too horrible for the ears of some, so they fainted. The news spread fast that they can't manage me, and no help came. Leave me and live, trouble me and suffer the same fate. That was the message written on the wall with my enemy's blood. All spiritual blockage over my life got released, and them that didn't want to move witnessed destruction daily. Wicked they were, so when I saw them on the news going in earth, I felt no way, because they reap exactly what they sow. The Creator erased all traps and plots to destroy me out of my book and write upliftment and prosperity, and all who seek to hinder me got their head open like lock. My foes didn't stand a chance. Fasting and prayer set all who rise up against me on spiritual fire. Some hang themselves, some drown themselves, some walk out in a coming car. I was making it clear that no mercy will be shown to none that try trickery with me. Death and destruction was their result. They made trouble with me and run into a light post and electric wire, fall and electrocute them to death. Gas run out and vehicle catch a fire and burn them out to dust on the spot. They were stubborn, so chaos increased. House catch a fire, and no one was home. Sign and wonders took them in middle day. Spiritual tackle, 5-star Rambo knife, slit witch throat, like butcher to goat. Spiritual head stab was the assassin favorite move. I was a ticking bomb, and as they troubled me, explosion took them. I warned them no more. As they test the waters, they become missing. Only hand was found. Crocodile feed and the other remain. Only them that trouble not live in peace. All spiritual troublemakers could sleep, not even daytime. Seal.